Alrighty, so yesterday was a big day for crypto. Not only did we have the interest rates come out, it was more or less we needed Bitcoin to bounce on support. And what ended up happening over the last 2 days is we did have a little touch into the support area, and we did have an oversold RSI. We did know that, the bears had a little bit more time to see where they're taking this price to. And then we know we're going to have the bulls response. And ultimately, that is how crypto works. Bulls, bears, whichever one's stronger in the direction is the way that we go. And for now, what we can see is we can see that Bitcoin hit a nice support. And ultimately, now we are starting a little move up. And what's nice about it is as soon as we see a little bit of bullish momentum, all of a sudden, altcoins come back to life. And it's quite crazy. The altcoins that were doing incredible things, if you look at the last month, these tokens that have been moving a lot, they were ones that pulled back a lot bigger. And like I said previously, we never had entries on those that did crazy things, a week or two ago. But yesterday and the day before, there were some entries, there was a 30% pullback on a lot of them. And now look how quickly they are back at those levels again. Now, not only did we get that wake up, we also got the reversal of the dominance, where the dominance hit the key level of where I spoke about a little push to the upside. And ultimately from here, we are still waiting for another big leg down. Now we have a lot of FUD in the market right now. And the big question is, markets bounced for now, right? We have a critical area where we need the market to confirm the breakout. But is this FUD, is it enough in the air to slow the momentum down? Because the market looked bullish. It just kind of feels everyone's a little bit stuck right now. Is this, and that's why I got Random Man joining the show as well to give us his thoughts on the actual FUD that's happening. But chart-wise, things are working to plan. I'm going to go through all the altcoins now. Let's see where are the major breakout levels. Where do we protect ourselves? And are we going to have that total 3 blowout? Are we going to have another huge altcoin explosion? A lot to talk about. Big show. No more wasting time. James, hit the button!
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Crypto Banter fam, hope you're having a fantastic day. If you are brand new to the channel, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. If you're part of the family, let's get the content out there. Guys, big one, we have Sniper School Cohort 3 happening in the next week. We are starting the new cohort. We still have a couple spots available. If you look below in the description, you will find the Sniper School link. What you need to do is you need to open one of the exchanges, the Sniper School exchanges, Bybit, BitGet. We've got Binance, we've got OKX. If you open one of those and you can put $100 in there, you get to trade with that $100. I see around the man's joined. You get to trade with that in there. But what that does is it then gives you access. And what you're going to do is you're going to register for Sniper School. Once you've registered, it's going to ask for user ID. You're going to put that in and you're going to have full access to the course. All the live events, all the live tradings, everything that we have there, you will find below in the description. And if you open any of those exchanges, you have access to our VIP in Discord. Now, let's jump into the content. Random man.
Oh, no, I came here to DJ. Are you only getting into the content?
Bro, we have school, bro. I need to spend time in the beginning. School's important, so we have to full. There's still some spots available, but we start in the next 10 days.
Can I just ask a very simple question? I need to ask a very simple question. Amazing. If someone says to you, there is a trading school that is guaranteed to change the way you trade, there's multiple testimonials on this channel from people who've done it. If you are in the comments, and you have been to school, then just tell us what you thought of school, and then let's just see what people say. But every single person that I know that has been going to school came out and said it was a life-changing experience. Now,
so we actually looked at the stats, bro. We actually looked at the stats, and it shows that people that have done school are getting double the results from the normal banter guys that don't do school, and that's within the back-end stats.
That's unbelievable.
So it's working. It's definitely working. And tell me it's not the best year to do it. We expect a bull run next year, like the true one, right? This is fun and games, but when the big one comes, you got to be ready.
Here we go. Look at these comments. Okay, so look at these comments. Yeah, look at the comments. Here they're coming.
I hardly know what I'm doing. I hope I'm at 110. Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
So this is what you're getting. Now we're saying to you guys, it's free, and we have a cohort starting in a week, and you don't have to pay any money. It costs nothing. All you need to do is register using the link, and then open a Bybit or a BitGet or an OKX account, and then deposit $100. It's not you're not losing the $100. You are simply you are using that $100 to trade, because we don't want people that can't trade. You need to be able to trade. And every single person that we know actually made money on that $100. You'll actually even make money for school. I mean, why? Which idiot out there wouldn't jump on? We're going to be honest here, Sheldon. We're going to be honest here. It baffles my mind how 50,000 people watch this show every single day, and we've only had 5,000 or 10,000 people through school. You know what I mean? So, guys, you have a chance now. You're waiting for a sign. You've got your sign. The time commitment is nothing. It's 1 hour a week for 3 weeks with Sheldon and I, and then you can watch the rest of the videos in your own time. I mean, I've actually even
3-minute, 5-minute videos. It's not long videos.
There are people that are watching it on the toilet. They're sitting on the toilet and they're watching it. They're making a poo and they're watching videos.
Amazing, bro. Big question. I think that's on everyone's mind, and I know you're focusing on the show later. Is this pump trusted? Now, I want to speak about it. I want to speak about the charts quickly, because what happened yesterday was we started getting a little bit of pullback, and ultimately we just wanted to see where is that pullback going to. And it did go to a really decent support. It got to a decent support, and we ended up getting a nice daily candle 2 days back. We then had an RSI that was reset. That's starting to cross to the upside. And now we're heading towards this important trend line. And I think the question is, do we get the breakout? Does this push and momentum bounce that we have yesterday, does it continue? Or do we come down, make a lower high, and maybe break out in the next few days once it settles? And the question, before I jump back into the charts now, is this FUD that's going around now, is it something that's going to take a little bit of time? Like, is it something like, because if it's something...
Did the market respond to the FUD?
Well, yes, because a few days back, when did the FUD come out? Because what created this? What created the first decent red candle?
Just do me a favor. Just tell me something. This is Binance, BUSD, the SEC on the warpath attacking crypto. Can you please tell me how much percent Bitcoin went down?
No, so that's the question. The question is, the percentage that it went down was 10%, right?
No, you're wrong. Tell me how much it went down on the day of the FUD. That it's only one red candle.
Okay, 5%.
Okay, now how much is it recovered since then?
It's basically, if we look at, it's basically 3% away from being recovered.
Okay, why?
But we are not through trend line yet. That's what I'm asking. Does it get, because if we don't get through this trend line, nothing is stopping coming here, and nothing is stopping maybe possibly even lower. Like, it's just about, is it over and done with now? Is it something that still affect? Because right now markets are bouncing, and if we break out now, we're about to have another huge altcoin explosion. We're about to have...
You're looking at it like everybody else on the wrong time frame. You need to zoom out.
Okay.
Zoom out the daily. Go to the daily and go from November.
That was daily.
Okay. Now go from November. Show me the chart from November.
There we go.
The daily from November.
So here's December. Oh, you want to go all the way to November?
Last year, November 2022.
Okay.
November 2021. November 2021. Take me to November 2021.
All the way back.
Take me back. Okay, now.
No, yeah. 2020.
November. That's January. Go forward. Draw the trend line from November when we started the downtrend.
From here.
Yeah, draw the trend line. You're good at trend lines.
Yeah. But what that means,
Sheldon, that's not a trend line. That's not a trend line. Your trend line must go through the the bottom here. So you can see, what have we done? Draw a proper trend line, focus, concentrate.
Okay, we have a few trend lines, bro. I am a trend line master. We have that one. We have this one.
Okay, cool.
We have what other big ones are you talking about?
That's fine. That's good enough for me. There are two trend lines that you should be looking at, right? Those are the two that you should be looking at. Bitcoin's broken to both of them. The first one was tested. The second one's about to be tested.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you look at it, on a long time frame, and you say, okay, we have broken through the two major trends, and if you look at it from January, Bitcoin is up 35% this year. Okay. So
let's bring up the next topics. The total 3 is still very far from catching up from Bitcoin. Like, we should have absolute explosion still from altcoins. That's what I'm asking. Like, is it big? Whatever's going on with BUSD, like, and Binance and stuff, like, can we move on with it now? Or is it something that still can come up in the next few days just to slow it down?
What happens in a bull market when there's bad news?
Quick dips.
In a bull market,
quick buy up dips. Quick buy up dips. That's what.
Okay, what happens in a bear market when there's bad news?
Yeah, huge dips.
Okay, so what happened when the SEC attacked BUSD, which is linked to the biggest exchange in the world?
Yeah,
and cracking.
The market slowed down. That was all that it did. It never really retraced that much, but it slowed down.
It went down 5% and it went back up 1% to 1.5%. So net is down 2.5%. Or I don't know what the number is. Go from the top of that big red candle to where we are today.
This one.
Yes. From there to where you draw a ruler. Stop.
3%.
So this whole thing is about 3%. What is that telling you? Telling you the market has got bullish momentum. The market is brushing off bad news and it's looking for good news only. Now, you want to tell me you want to be on the wrong side of this?
No. The question was anything... I'm about to explode with altcoins again and altcoin trades. And I'm about to show you that this chart here, I'm asking you on a fundamental level, did anything change? That's all that I ask. All that. Because of course I am. I'm still expecting this leg down in dominance, and I've been saying that there's still going to be a total 3 eruption. We're still going to have a strong altcoin push. Dominance reversed yesterday, the last 2 days, and now it looks like it's on its way for having a bigger leg than what we experienced the first time. So I agree with that, but I'm just asking fundamentally, like, is this something that's okay? That's all that I'm asking. Like, is it okay? You know what I mean? With the stable coin,
you got to respect the pump.
Yes.
Don't disrespect the pump.
So I ask you the question right now. Do you trust this pump?
You can't disrespect the pump, Sheldon.
Do you trust the pump, Ron?
You can't disrespect it. If you don't, you're disrespecting the pump.
No, I'm not. No. You know what I love about what I do, bro? A trend line tells me everything.
See, sunrise.
Break this trend line, and I'm on. I'm just asking you because I have 2 scenarios.
Respect the pump. Do I trust this pump? Yes, I trust this pump. I do.
Amazing. So in order for that, for me, I trust the pump too, but I need a confirmation. And the confirmation is we just break out of this trend line. Otherwise, we have 2 plays. We have 2 plays where we do have a little bit of offload here, a little bit. As you can see my drawing, I'm not expecting more crazy downside, but a little bit of rejection here, another higher low, and then the breakout in a few days. And that will give the market a little bit of time to just be like, the stuff's a bunch of crap. It doesn't mean anything. I'm sure people are a little bit nervous right now. But then, I look at this and I look at obviously the trend line. That's going to be the big one. That breaks.
The pump always gets the pump. I respect the pump in all assets. Why? Because it's kind of like karma. The power of the pump always comes back to you if you respect the pump of other people. It's crazy, but I have this belief that whatever pumps, you have to pay respect. Because otherwise, if you like, oh my God, this scam coin is pumping again. Actually, you are kind of rejecting the pump from your life. Maybe it's a bit out there, woo-woo, but we all gotta believe in something, and I do believe in the power of the pump. It's kind of like, let the pump be with you. I went to bed yesterday. I told you guys on Twitter. Good night and let the pump be with you. Okay, this is how I see. It's like this force. It's like this force that is all around us. And if you are really inviting the pump into your life, it will come. It's the pump. Always, guys, respect the pump.
Respect the pump. You have to respect
the pump. Okay.
And bring the pump into your life. You can't not see that, Sheldon.
Amazing. No. I agree with it. There is a trend line. That trend line helps.
Sure to do the algorithm. Like, subscribe, bell button. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Number 1, smash the like as soon as possible. Number 2, smash the subscribe button, the bell button and all, the bell button and all, the bell button and all.
I love this guy.
It's a very, very important algorithm, and literally if you do this, Bitcoin will be pumping, Bitcoin will be pumping, Bitcoin will be pumping, Bitcoin will be pumping, Bitcoin will be Bitcoin will be pumped by YouTube. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. 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 Like, subscribe, bell button, all.
I love it, bro.
Bell button, all. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Number 1, smash the like as soon as possible. Number 2, smash the subscribe button, the bell button and all, the bell button and all, the bell button and all.
Okay. Let's get into the chat. Okay, I agree with you. Now, big question is let's jump into the damn altcoins. Let's jump into what. So, like I said previously, a bounce is good. 𝗬𝗚𝗘𝗵𝗍 is amazing. We have one more area of the 22,800 that we just want Bitcoin to explode through there. And then I'm expecting Bitcoin to go near the highs. We'll see if we break those highs or not, but I'm expecting altcoins. I'm expecting this dominance to make its way down pretty strong. Now, the big question was, we've had a lot of the coins, a lot of them that did really well, had the bigger pullbacks, but now they're at levels again. I'm talking about Fantom. I'm talking about Render. I'm talking about these tokens. Is it time to still, your opinion, to still stay focused on those big moving coins because they are bouncing big? Or do we still shift to the ones that haven't? Because these are all getting back to levels. GRT, all of these ones.
There are a couple that I'm looking at that are really showing like amazing strength. Like I've been looking at 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍. So just call up the 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍 chart. I want to show you something. There's a lot of relative strength on 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍. 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍 is a layer 2 ZK narrative with gaming. They own the best games on blockchain at the moment. All owned by the 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍 studio.
Yeah, it's basically swallowed up any of the dips that happened.
Yeah. So this is the thing about 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍. 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍 is the type of token that every time we've had a pump, it's been the first one to recover. To me, that shows relative strength. That says if we do get another drop down, I'm not telling you to buy it today. If we do get another drop down, like around $1 or under $1, for me, that's the first one that I'm going to be buying. I buy 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍. I don't buy it today at 113, but what are the charts saying?
What do you think? Sorry, I just looked at that quickly. What do you think? Maybe. So I agree. Like every time the market turns bullish, 𝗪𝗍𝗍𝗍, definitely. Next big token. Sorry, before you bring up the next one, what do we do with this one, bro? What do we do with this one? What's your thoughts on BNB?
Go to BNB to the BTC chart on the weekly. I want to show you something.
This is a big one. Like, is it a buy the dip on BNB with the FUD, or is like this thing?
A lot of people here are saying Rand must get off and have his own show. So let's run a poll if I should stay on and get off, and we'll respect the community. We'll respect what the community say. Okay?
No. We're on once or twice a week. That's how it works, right? We love what we do. Okay.
Go weekly. Go to the weekly. Zoom out a lot. I want to show you something.
Okay.
Yeah, zoom out like a lot.
Zoom out.
Okay, now draw from the bottom of that chart to where we are today. Just draw a ruler for me and show me the returns.
14x basically, 1,400%.
So 1,400% BNB has outperformed Bitcoin. So that means that if you would have had BNB instead of Bitcoin, you would have made 1,400%.
Yes, 14x now, Bitcoin. Yeah.
Now the question is, should you buy Bitcoin, Binance now? What does the chart say?
So chart-wise, it's still okay, and I think that's it hasn't made like any massive reversals or anything like that. But it is still quite far from the next supports. But if it rejects here and any FUD continues here, it can. This is the problem with BNB. Problem with the BNB is because it grew so much. right? It's very similar to the FTT and these sort of things. Now, I'm not saying it's as big or something like that, but it's got the same chart as what Luna and FTT did, where it's got this one level. And the problem is when it loses that level, it literally, your levels are like, it's crazy. It's like an 85% back down. And it's very similar to the FTT and these sort of things. So it's okay for now, but like, obviously, you know, if it loses, I just don't like this chart where it's got its next supports all the way down there. So it just shows me that either we are in the bottom range and BNB is just the most incredible exchange out there and it's always just going to do well and these sort of things. And this might be a great opportunity to accumulate in the lower range for the higher time frames. Or things go bad with BNB and it actually gets to a level where it goes really bad and things go really down to the lower sort of levels. So it might be incredible, great buying, but it also, like, I don't like seeing the charts that show this, like FTT. FTT had $17 and we had to hold 17. And the day that it dropped it went to 1.
So 21, yeah. So let me tell you how I think about it from a fundamentals point of view. From a fundamentals point of view, they've built an amazing exchange. They're the #1 exchange in the world without doubt. But now they're facing huge regulatory pressure on the one hand. You've seen that. Their BUSD coin has been banned for all intents and purposes. I mean, it's got to die a slow death. The death of BUSD is going to have a huge effect on the DeFi ecosystem on the BUSD chain, on the BNB chain, BSC chain. Even though I know that they only attacking the ETH ERC20, there is a huge risk to the rest of the BNB, the rest of the BUSD. So I think that's going to slow down the chain because the DeFi and the ecosystem is going to slow down the chain. And they're going to face regulatory pressures. So right now, it's not on the top of my buy list. I mean, it could do well, but I just think...
So you know, I think for a sec, guys, I'm going to go through tons of altcoins and what we're going to be trading. The big question, right, is we spoke about this whole problem coming up with the stable coins and these sort of things now. Like, is it not the best time to start trading BTC pairs or these sort of things? Like, well, what is your thoughts on, like, isn't that the ideal world that we do have? Obviously, it'll create a lot of panic in the beginning, but, you know, stable coins, you know, no longer having them and trading to Bitcoin pairing. I think it's a big...
That's what's going to happen over time. That's what's going to happen over time. Over time, it's all going to be to Bitcoin. Your pairs are all going to be to Bitcoin over time.
Everything's going to over time, but that must create like panic in the beginning first, though. It's got to create like some sort of push. So, okay, let's speak in here. The one that's showing great strength, and what I've given you guys here is two scenarios, because it's the trend line, and I know the trend line can be a rejection point at any different time, or anything like that. But one that's showing strength on this pump is Solana. Solana, all of a sudden, you know, I've been saying slightly, you know, be a little bit patient. We're just making sure these sort of things. But Solana is showing strength, and it does show if it gets back above 22, 23. It's officially breaking the very long-term trend from Solana, and it is showing that we can finally get through $26, and after 26, we have $40, and then $55. You know, that's where that big gap comes in. You know, do you think the shit's finally done with Solana? Do you think it's time for Solana to finally get back to some respectable levels? Because it is showing strength now. Is there anything happening there or anything that you know of? Or, you know...
I think so.
Say again?
I think Solana could go up. It has lagged a lot this cycle, and I think it could go up. So I like
the first one bouncing now. It's the first one. Like if you look at the candle from yesterday, it's the first one that's really bouncing good.
Take me to Rose.
So this has been interesting. I saw how Rose was one of the bigger moves. Is Rose at L1?
Yes.
L1s. I'm telling you, L1s. Okay. So obviously daily bought up really quickly and now back in momentum. I think if you want to look at an investment level, we've got to go to a lot higher time frames. But definitely it is looking good. It is looking good. Its next resistance is around 11 cents. And then there's that huge gap where the real money gets made. I don't know if I'd buy it right now.
30 cents. Only air until 30 cents. Hot air.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this huge, fast gap over there. For now, I'm still seeing the L1s being the strength. I'm still seeing the Algo. Let's actually speak about GRT as well. Because GRT... Look at that. You know, everything that was ripping came and just tested support and now started to bounce. And I think you're going to get a nice entry on GRT pretty soon. And it'll probably be a little bit lower, around about the 16-cent area. And I still think GRT still got a lot of legs to go. So for me, it's still Algo, still GRT. It is still THORChain. I'm still sticking to the same plan. Even NEA's back at 2.3. How did your leverage trades go the other day, brother?
Not bad. I'll tell you
why. You switched off on Friday.
No, I am a bit down. I'm a bit down, but don't forget that I've got a big short on. So because I'm long on so many, and then I'm short on this stuff, so the two kind of balance each other out. So that, you know, if they went down, then the 𝗕𝗧 goes. The 𝗕𝗧 goes.
Check the L1 bounces, bro. Look at Cardano.
Yeah, L1.
Look at the bounces. The money is shifting. Like there has to be this big dump now, or these quicker little moves to shift the money. So Cardano all of a sudden is coming to life.
Then look at NEA because NEA was hard hit.
Yeah, it has to be, bro. It has to be. Yeah, NEA is the one that I'm still. So NEA dropped that support over there, and for me, yes, obviously breaking this short-term trend over here. But I just look at NEA on the high time frame, to be honest, on where this thing has just come from here, and like for me, it's just crazy. You know, the weekly lex levels are 3.5, and then we have $5 after that. So I still think NEA is one of the best. You know. Be patient, dollar cost tokens, anything like that. Then what about these tokens that have already moved? You know, Optimism, all these things. These are all back at levels.
And I don't like its valuation. It's the fully diluted valuation is like $9 billion. Can't buy that.
Oh, really?
Can't buy that.
Yeah. Okay.
Cannot buy.
Yes. Okay, amazing. But main thing I wanted to know from you, bro, is the fundamentals. Like, can we turn bullish and can we remain bullish? Like that's the big thing. Is this FUD going to move anything? Is it going to slow it down? Because if we break these trends, we're back on for this move of the total 3 and getting the total 3 where it deserves, in my opinion. It deserves to be a lot higher. It did hit a little bit of temporary support, which was good. But for me, you know, this has got to get back to these higher levels of at least $450 billion. And, you know, that's $100 billion currently from where we are now. So if all goes to plan and Bitcoin does break this trend, you know, I'm still expecting an even bigger move than what we got on the first leg up. And so is the dominance pushing on that too. So for me, it's still like, you know, render. I saw render. Look at that. I do think it makes a lower high though. I think it's the next short that you can get on this next push up. And I think you'll get a big one coming on render in the next few days. So I would offload slightly on render. But for me, I think my eyes are turning to L1s, bro.
Look at Cosmos. Look at Conflux. Conflux just made an announcement. CFX. They just made an announcement that the second biggest wireless carrier in China has partnered with Conflux to develop blockchain-enabled SIM cards. Quite good.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, it's pretty decent on the weekly. Pretty decent on the weekly, and yeah. So I think investment-wise, it can be pretty good. Short-term trades, I wouldn't, but investment-wise can be really big. Is there any other big ones, bro? Before I jump through, then you can jump if you want, because I got a lot of coins to go through. Is there any other bigger ones?
All good. Just remember, Sheldino, we have to give away this watch before end of Feb. It's time now. It's time to give it to a new home. If anybody wants it, you know what to do. You know what you do.
That's true. I'll remind them.
Someone says there's more run votes than likes. I mean, what kind of video is this? 70% this day. I get to live another day. Enjoy, guys. Have fun. See you guys again later.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Cool. Okay, guys, let's get back to action now. So the big thing, and I want us to quickly just confirm, Bitcoin, there is one more possibility of a higher low, sorry. Where Bitcoin does go up, small rejection at 22,400, 20,500. We make a lower high, and then we break out over the weekend. So the next 3 days. Or there is a scenario now where we actually break through this level. Now, official breakout for Bitcoin between today and tomorrow, you want the daily close to close at least above 22,600. And as long as we have that, we finally then closing outside of this little trend that we had to the downside, and we bounce on a beautiful, perfect area. Things now turn bullish, right? And we have dominance, strong leg down, push to the downside. Now, the main tokens that I am focusing on is Solana, is DOT, Matic, no, not that much anymore. Still THETA, any of these tokens. Now, this is the big thing. We were waiting for slightly lower entries for these altcoins. We were. And as long as Bitcoin doesn't break that trend, we can still get those entries. Now, I still just want to give you that understanding that if Bitcoin does decide to go test those lows again, you can still expect another 5-7% down in altcoins. Now, I do think these are buy up zones. But if we do break that trend, there's no time to buy. And we know that this market right now is just, they don't give a crap about waiting. You know, we were there 2-3 weeks ago, wait for the dip, wait for the dip, wait for the dip. And the dip doesn't just cut, it doesn't happen. So if the market breaks up, be ready too. And for me, I think it's finally time that you can get some Fantom again. Here's the play over here. If Fantom breaks this trend today, and it's basically showing above 53 cents, it closes outside that trend, I think it's time for Fantom. And I still think there's a run for Fantom of up to 80 cents. So finally, where Fantom was slightly overpriced a week or two ago, finally gets to the area. Now, if we don't break that trend, these trends are our friends right now. The trend's your friend. And ultimately, if we don't, and Bitcoin does reject today and it does go test those lows, we're getting Fantom at a nice 20-25% cheaper. Either way, we're still longing. We're still looking for the bullish trade, right? It's just about being ready. If the breakout comes today, there's no more time. It's time to get in, and this is a scenario that will play out. If Bitcoin gets rejected, in 2-3 days, we get it slightly cheaper, and then it's the same thing. It just means more gains for the upside, but we're not promised the dip to get bigger. So Fantom's definitely the big one. VET is the one, guys. I'm telling you, VET is the one out of this whole dip that's still a whole trend. Still a whole trend, still a whole everything. Fantastic. So VET, still one of my favorites on this dip, and one that I'm still expecting strong. We spoke about 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗫. We spoke about Algo. Algo still respected the trend beautifully. Look at that. Boom. And it might even be another chance to get it there again around 23-24 cents. DYDX, important. This is a good one. So DYDX, let's see where it's at. Here we go. This one's good. Look at this chart over here. Amazing. Okay, so you got the two plays. I think DYDX is still bullish, still very bullish. And I still think there's more upside. Fundamentals couldn't be better right now. You know, decentralized exchanges, come on. You know, through all of the crap that's happening, this is good. This is really good. Now, there's two plays here. The first play is DYDX does break out. And I would say the breakout's around the 2.8. If we close outside 2.8 between today and tomorrow, for me, it's breaking out of this, you know, bullish flag, bullish wedge to the downside. And ultimately, then the yellow one goes into play. Now, I was expecting slightly lower if the markets continued a little bit of a pull down to get it around $2. Remember, $2 is always the roof. And we finally broke that. And if it had to come and test it again, you know, that would be great too. So if Bitcoin does reject, I'm expecting the $2 mark, and I'm buying DYDX. I'm getting it more. It was 3.6. You know, it's literally 45% cheaper than what it was. But you do have the two plays. If Bitcoin just breaks out at any moment now, there's no more time. And DYDX is the one out of 2.8. Closing out there, it's time. And from that, I'm still expecting a $4 to a $4.5 DYDX. So guys, these tokens, let's not rule them out now, because they did amazing things and they had the bigger pullbacks, but they're bullish as crap as soon as the market goes again. And this is where the money's moving to. So definitely put it on your radar and look for that one. I see AVAX slowly is pretty cheap. It is getting pretty cheap. There is a lower level of 14, but AVAX is good chart-wise, because if I show you here, you know, it's quite easy to track here. Breaks that out. We're not far, guys. Maybe there's a big breakout in the next 24 hours. There can be a big one. There's going to be a big breakout, a big rejection. And just put it in your mind, guys. We're buying this dip. Either the breakout happens now, we have to get in today or tomorrow that you've got to be ready for, or we have a 20% or a 10% pullback over the next day, and that's the dip we are buying. But AVAX, I think, will get going. For me, it's still a $30, $35 coin. And I still see L1s. I still see them being the huge ones that never got the run on the last push. Before I add, guys, I'm going through. This is why I'm sticking to the same tokens for the last few days. I've given so many. Look at them. And until we're in crazy level again, I'm not going to expand them too much, so I can make sure that all of you guys are looked after. You know, Scallop, I'm still dollar costing. Still, that's my long term. That thing's going to make lots of money over time. I still love that token. 𝗧𝗿 for me, still, if we look at 𝗧𝗿, something about 𝗧𝗿, THETA, and VET. Those three, I don't know. They're just tinglies. They're the ones that are seriously showing strength, as well as Engine as well. Engine looking pretty good. But as you can see, a rejection does form quite a pullback. That's cool. So make sure, all that I want you out of today's show, have that Bitcoin trend line. We close out there, we're on. You know what I mean? It's a very important trend line for us to have. Cardano, same thing. Cardano, look at it. If we look at the 4-hour here, we're possibly near a breakout on Cardano. And, you know, I spoke about it the last few days about, you know, not yet. But look at this. If we get that breakout there, Cardano's moving. Like, this is a great bounce, buying power coming in here. And one thing with Cardano is it didn't get moving that much on the higher time frames. And if you look at it, this is why I'm saying a Cardano explosion can happen when Bitcoin breaks that trend. And 𝗟𝗏 is you look at this trend line here. Look at that on the weekly. Break and retest. So I think Cardano is going to come to life. And its next major areas are 60 cents. And then we have 70 cents after that. So put Cardano on your radar. That is definitely one of the bigger movers. I see we got Ethereum just chilling. Not doing much right now. It's a nice stable coin. It's nice to have a stable coin that we can trust. But nothing crazy just yet. Not crazy pullback, still holding levels, and I'm still waiting for Ethereum to get back to the more respectful levels. You know, the levels, I don't think that was the top for it. I still think 2K, and then after that we do have the high of 2.4. So I'll still be accumulating Ethereum for my long term. I still think it's going to outperform Bitcoin for the year. I still think it's going to make you Bitcoin by being in Ethereum. DOT, all of them. This wasn't a crazy pullback, guys. DOT did hit a buy zone, definitely. And DOT still, you know, $9 to $10. So guys, think 𝗟𝗏𝗏s. I would say think 𝗟𝗏𝗏s. DYDX, GRT, these are probably the only ones, and I'm not getting into render. These are probably the only ones of the coins that we chasing, the ones that pumped, but they are lower now, and Fantom. You know, Fantom 𝗟𝗏𝗏s. Focus on that. And let's see by tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow, we'll know if we got the rejection or we got the breakout. And we got the breakout. I'm going to give you guys tons of trades. We're going to update stop losses and let's just keep rolling it. So have a fantastic day. Join Sniper School. Make sure you're on Discord. And I'll see you all on tomorrow's show. Much love, Banter fam. Have a good day.